All right, welcome back to Mod and Pop Thrift. I'm Tom, full-time eBay reseller, stay-at-home dad for my 6 kids. Slow as molasses on eBay right now. But today what I'm gonna do is go end and sell similar from the back to the front. I've been doing kind of like these inventory boxes that I have. I'll be like, oh, I haven't pulled anything out of that one in a while, or this one is mostly empty, and doing it that way. But I think I'm just gonna go from the oldest until I hit 90 days and just start end and sell similar on a lot of that stuff, and then try to do some new inventory as well. I listed these yesterday. They were just in a box of stuff that was probably going to end up being donated, a bunch of books, and these are Sweet Valley Twins, Sweet Valley High, Sweet Valley Kids, and then some Babysitters Club, which is in the same vein, even though, I mean, it's the same girls were reading these books in the late 80s, early 90s. And I was going to donate them, and I'm like, you know what? There's 9 books here. Maybe we'll just list them for $9 plus shipping. And I sold in a day, so it's probably underselling them, but I made $9. Did I put those as free shipping? Well, no wonder they sold. I intended to do plus shipping. That's not fun. I intended to do these as plus shipping, $9 plus shipping, and they went $9 free shipping. So I messed up, and they sold real fast for $1 a piece free shipping. This shirt, I was surprised that they sold that fast. Well, surprise, I gave them away. Harley Davidson tank top, sold for $13.19. Odd number, must have been I sent them a percentage off. Plus shipping, so that one sold for $18. This Disney Cruise Line hoodie, dude, I thought this would go hard. It did not. It went soft. $15 plus shipping. And I had it listed for a long time for like 21, and then I had it listed for 18, and somebody sent me a message at 15, and I'm like, man, I thought this would sell fast. I thought it would sell for good money. I've had it for a long time. 15 plus shipping is getting a sale. So I'm gonna take it. 15 plus shipping on that. Paid 50 cents. I was shocked to find this for 50 cents. Sold for 16 or 17 free shipping. It's sealed. All of your favorite. These are the ones I grew up on for sure. Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Rudolph for sure. Frosty was pretty cool. We never really watched Little Drummer Boy much, but the Rank and Bass Christmas Classics sealed VHS from 1993. This might be older than some of the people watching. And this is, I almost kept this, but we don't have a VHS ready. I don't think we even have a DVD player. I mean, I have a TV over there that's DVD and VHS, but like in the house where we can watch it as a family, we don't really have that set up. You remember Devil Guy yesterday, the devil puppet? Well, here's his grandma, and she came in the same lot, and it sold for $8 plus shipping. I didn't figure I was making a ton of money, but they are fun, and I wanted to get the devil one. So very cool, and sold I mean, $3 I'll make 4 once I get my $3 investment back, probably. I'm just guessing at that number, but that's the 5 that I've got this morning. We'll get these shipped off, and we'll see if we can't get the ship turned around. All right, guys, well, welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday for me, and I have 6 items going out, but they're for $210. So that feels a little bit like we're headed in the right direction. So let's look at what sold. Most of the things were pretty darn profitable, which is good. We'll start with this shirt that is not super profitable. It was an end and sell similar yesterday. Just got lost in the algorithm. I marked it down $1. It was $9.99. I marked it to $8.99. It's a vintage Nike tag, that sheer material, jersey material with the cool little embroider on it. Men's medium. Been around for stinking ever. I have no idea where it came from. Sold for $9 plus shipping. Not, if it wasn't plus shipping, it wouldn't have been very good, but it's an okay sale. This here calculator got broken. It did not have that on the front when I listed it. So these calculators, TI-84 plus silver edition, is a good calculator. I picked this up for $4 and it sold for $25 free shipping, which is low for it, but I hadn't gotten very many sales. I'm trying to just get things moved out, but I'm gonna have to cancel that order and then sell this for parts because that wasn't on it when it was listed. And then sell similar, Mrs. Mod and Pop did both of these guys. They sold to the same guy. Both sold for $6.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at like $27, and I'll ship them together. Pretty good sale, but those sat around forever. I wouldn't have paid very much for either of them. This has probably been around almost a year. This is called an eyeball lamp when it's got that round front like that. Developed by, I want to say his first name was Robert, but his last name was Sonneman. So that's a Sonneman eyeball. Very mid-century modern. This is not a Sonneman licensed one. It's by Hamilton Industries. But it's definitely Sonneman's design and desirable for mid-century modern desk lamps. I listed it for like 110, and then I had it marked down and marked down and marked down, and I've had it a year, and it did sell for $65. I paid $4 for it a year ago. Sold for $65 free shipping. Mid-century modern, always hot. As long as I've been doing this, mid-century modern has been hot, and it doesn't show a lot of signs of slowing down. It's not quite as good as it used to be, but it's still real good. These John Deere branded children's books. So Levi picked these up for 50 cents a piece at Goodwill like a year ago, and I just found them in the death pile, and we were surprised how good they were when we bought them. But for some reason they didn't get listed. I dug through some of the death pile. I was like, oh, I remember those. And I think they comped really well. Well, I listed them for $30 plus shipping. Maybe it was $34 free shipping. $33 free shipping. And they sold in a day of being listed. So Bolo, John Deere branded kids books. I think there are 6 total, but we got Corny Corn Picker, Johnny Tractor, and the Family Reunion. And I think there are a couple of more titles, but not a lot, and there are not a lot of them out there. And kids books that can sell for $10 a piece, it's pretty good. And then Real Monsters, which I loved, but this game kind of wasn't a lot of fun. Complete in the box. Maybe it doesn't have a manual. For the Super Nintendo, I had it sitting on a shelf. I listed it for $36, and it sold in less than a week. And I'm gonna get this stuff shipped. That's what we got for today on Thursday. All right, guys, Friday morning. Pretty good day. Not terrible. Couple of things that were bad buys, so I sold them cheap. And those are video games, actually. I guess I said this was a bad buy, so I sold it cheap, but really it was in the death pile and it just wasn't worth much. Sold for $9.99, and then this one I did pick up the other day thinking it was worth some money, and I was wrong, and it sold for $12. And I'm thinking they're probably both free shipping. So those, not great. I told you I went to a thrift store. I put out a video. Man, I didn't find anything, and not a great day at thrift stores. But I went to a thrift store that didn't make the video. Like the reality was I was with my family. We went to 2 Goodwills. we drove past another thrift store, and I'm like, I'm going to pop in here. I know you guys are all tired, but let me just go in here for 15 minutes and see if there's anything, because I often find stuff here. And it was the only stuff that I really bought all day. And there were 3 pairs of baby Jordans, the cassette player that sold the other day, and something else. But these baby Jordans we paid $2.50 for, sold this morning for $34 for baby Jordans. So like $34 isn't a lot for a pair of shoes, but, and Jordans like are normally marked up, but baby Jordans aren't often marked up. And people spend adult money, not adult Jordan money, but adult shoe money on baby shoes. And so sometimes you can find in the baby shoes a pair of Jordans, and you're not really often going to find adult Jordans that are worth something that aren't marked up at a thrift store. And you're not going to find baby shoes that are worth much. But these kind of tick the boxes and are not something that people think of. This I got at the Retro Truckload sale, which was September. So we're coming up on a year on this. Had it marked at 35. Got a bunch of lowball offers, and it sold for 25, I think, today, and $25. This is, it's supposed to have a drill cone on the front of it. It's got some of the accessories that go on it inside of it. Bebop and Rocksteady would drill up through the ground and pop up where the Ninja Turtles were. This foot emblem is the Foot Clan, which is, you know, the gang that Shredder started. Depending on which origin story you're following. 1990, Mirage Studios. Mirage was the studio that Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman started to put out Ninja Turtle comics, because it was their first successful comic book, and it wasn't actually a studio. It was, they were drawing them in their apartment, and so it was a mirage of a studio. Mirage Studios. The Foot Clan is an homage to Daredevil's The Hand. The Daredevil fights the Hand, and so and his mentor was Stick, and the Ninja Turtles is Splinter. And there's some correlation between Daredevil's blindness and the same thing getting into the sewers and causing the turtles to transform. I don't know all of the lore on that, but I think it's interesting. There's a lot of linkage between Daredevil and the lore of Daredevil and the lore of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like this hat a lot. I don't remember where it came from, but it's a really nice looking hat. If you ride a Polaris ATV, you're probably going to end up muddy, and that is a cool hat in a really nice shape, and I think it's like made in USA vintage. Yeah, Legend American, made in USA vintage. This one came from the Everything's a Dollar, or I bought a guy's store out for it, $1 an item. The bill is bent. I would not have bought this, but I did list it cheap. Cool Denver Broncos emblem, but Denver Broncos stuff doesn't sell worth anything for me. Made in the USA on the snap. That helps. If that is on there, I always put a picture of that, because I feel like a lot of times people will ask when you have a lot of hats listed and people are trying to find really high-end collector hats. Sometimes, especially like people from Asian islands, Philippines, Malaysia, that kind of thing. Thailand. Eye Shield 21 is the name of this book, but Shonen Jump, we picked up like 6 of these for $5. We sold one for 34, and this one sold for 35. Those are the 2 most valuable ones. So the ones that I have left are like $10 and $15, but we paid $5 and we're out for 60 already, which is great. I think that's everything that sold to ship on Friday. Let's see what else happens. All right, well, I'm still doing some of the shipping from yesterday's video. And I realized I left 3 things off that didn't get recorded. This, I paid 50 cents at a garage sale for a handful of things, but this was in amongst those things. It was some honeycomb bells that had already sold, and he was in there. And this sold for $11, free shipping by itself. And I mean, it couldn't possibly be easier to mess with, and it's bent. And it's not like it's Coke. It's not labeled as anything. It's just an old die-cut Santa Claus. So people like that stuff. I'm a little bit surprised how well that stuff does. Another eye shield. This one's volume 27, and it sold for $34. So we're over $90 in those sold, and we paid $5 for them. So that Shonen Jump stuff, look it up. Look for it. Vintage anime stuff. I mean, I probably shouldn't have to tell you. Paid $4 for this on the Disney Store, vintage Disney Store tag, made in Hong Kong. So it's probably 90s. Embroidered Winnie the Pooh, 100 Acre Woods characters all over. Paid $4 at a yard sale probably 3 months ago, and it sold for $24 free shipping. So that's the 3 that I don't know how I forgot to pull them, but I did. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, following, clicking the bell, all the things that you do. We'll see you on the next one.